What is going on, everybody? It's your boy John, and welcome back to Gearbox. So, first things first, I know I haven't posted in a little bit. I apologize for that. However, your boy just turned 25. Yes, happy birthday, I know. Thank you very much. But I was in Destin, Florida for that. My fiance and her family were down there, and we actually got engagement photos. And for those who don't know, I am engaged. Got engaged in late November, and whatever. This, that, and the other. I've been busy, but I'm back, and I'm drinking a mango White Claw because fuck it. Anyway, today, obviously in the tuning world, there has been some interesting news. I'm sure, well, one, by the title of this video, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but two, I'm sure you are all aware that Cobb, Cobb Access Ports, Cobb Tuning, that company, has come out basically with some new ways they'll be doing things specifically for EPA regulations, and basically they're not going to support certain things as far as modifying cars go, especially cars such as the Subaru WRX. That's really what I wanted to talk about today. But first, what we're going to have to do is I have to clean the inside of my car, vacuum, detail, just everything. It's disgusting. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'll set y'all up, get some B-roll going, and we will go from there. So we just finished up detailing the inside of my car, and I feel like a million times better about myself, because I'm going to assume you can't really tell on camera, but my car was filthy, or at least to my standard. I am a clean freak, especially with my car. It has to be spotless, not only for me, but I think it is a slight flex when you have other people in your car, and everyone always likes it, so here we are. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier, really the reason I wanted to make this video is around the Cobb newsletter announcement thing that they made, basically stating, actually, you know what, let me pull up my friend Sean Dixon, who owns SD Racing. So for those who don't know, SD Racing are the guys who have tuned my car. They're phenomenal people. Sean himself, Sean Dixon, is awesome. Great dude, and loves the Subaru platform, so he really knows what he's doing. But he actually put it very nicely on Facebook, kind of explaining to his clientele what's going on. So it's this big long post, but the main part that I want to read is, if you currently, and this is as it relates to Cobb's announcement, if you currently have off-road only parts installed on your vehicle, your current tune is not impacted. However, any future tuning will be impacted. So if you currently have it tuned and you have your CATs deleted or your TGVs deleted or whatever, that's totally fine. Nothing will change. Your Cobb access port does not connect to Wi-Fi. It's not like your phone that can just randomly update. You will be totally fine. However, any future tuning will be impacted. This means that any parts deemed emissions devices by the, let's call it EPA, will need to be installed on the vehicle prior to tuning. If not, you will have a DTC, check engine light, and may suffer an adverse driving experience. So basically what they're saying is, if you have CATs deleted, TGVs deleted, maybe map sensors, anything, if you have anything deleted, which I honestly think, I don't know, but I think my blow-off valve might be problematic in this, although I am pro-tuned by SD Racing, so it doesn't matter. But if you have anything, basically you can put all the parts on your car you want, you just cannot delete. Anything that has to do with emissions, cannot delete them. This is obviously problematic, right? I know probably the first thing people think of is CAT deletes, right? Everyone wants to delete that CAT. You know, you're going to burn it up anyway when you're, tuning super rich, and just get your car louder and this, that, and the other. That's one that's unfortunate. I believe when you go to a air oil separator is when the TGV system is deleted. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the case. That's now problematic. So really what's going on here is, unless you run a standalone ECU and you utilize a Cobb access port to tune, you're basically set up for failure unless you are utilizing these emissions parts, right? It's the way it is at this point moving forward, and to be honest with you, it's kind of shitty by Cobb. I'm a fan of Cobb. I like what they do. I like the packages that they provide for Subarus, and I think it's like VW Golfs and Focuses and whatever. They're great, but I don't know, man. I understand the way the world is moving and trying to be more green, and that's a whole different conversation, but we'll just leave it at that. I understand that. However, there's a way to go about it, and there's a way to not go about it, especially when you have the clientele that you have who, maybe they already bought a flex fuel kit, for example. I know flex fuel kits are now questionable. And maybe you have these things that you have purchased, but you haven't yet installed. I would not be a good example of that, because pretty much the instant a car part hits my front door, I'm going for it. But, there are some people, maybe they're waiting to just do everything at once. Maybe they have a bunch of engine parts, a bunch of transmission parts, aftermarket stuff that they're going to take to SD Racing, but they don't want to sit there and pay labor a million times when you could just have a freaking truck full of your parts, drive there with your car, and then just do it all at once. So you might have these people who have purchased these things or have their build planned out the way it is, and then Cobb just drops this bomb on you. I don't know, man. I don't know about y'all, but that's not me. I'm not cool with that. Now, luckily, where I'm at right now, one, I'm totally content with where my car is. From a power standpoint, being a daily driver, etc. Really, all I'm looking to do, for the foreseeable future at least, is some suspension, some exterior pieces, maybe get some more like front lip type deals like side skirts, diffuser. So I really won't be impacted by this too much. A great example of this is my cousin. So my cousin Brandon, he started out driving a Mustang, 2007 Mustang. He's like 2 years older than me. And after I bought this car, he's always been like, damn, that car's sick, that car's sick. And I finally let him drive it, or had the opportunity to let him drive it. Sold his Mustang the next day, bought a WRX. He has a stage 3 kit, and he hasn't put it on yet. Because he just hasn't had the time or the money or whatever. And now he's sitting there, he's like, dude, what should I do? Not going to go tell him to buy a standalone ECU. I mean, it's just, there are ways to go about things and there are ways to not go about things. And I really feel that Cobb, let's, for lack of a better term, fuck this one up pretty big. I know for a fact they will lose clientele. I know for a fact it will tarnish their name in some way, shape, or form. And what's sad about this all, I actually went to high school with the son of the owner of Cobb. I did not know it at the time, but I retroactively found that out, contacted him, a couple, 5 years back, let's say, and reached out to him. I'm like, damn, dude, that's so cool. I want to buy this WRX, blah, blah, blah. And I reached out to him, and I was just like, hey, man, like, hell of a bomb your dad just dropped on everyone. Of course, I didn't get a response, but, it's got to let people know how it is. That's not something that's going to go unnoticed, or that people will just be like, oh, well, it's fine, oh, I'm just going to keep my TGVs on. Like, it's fine. I'm just going to run a totally restrictive exhaust setup. Like, no, man. That's not what we want to do as car people. And that, I think, to wrap it up, that's what I think is the saddest part, is Cobb has this, supposedly, has this mentality. It's kind of like by car people for car people, meaning we create the parts with being a car person in mind for car people just like ourselves. And in this one, maybe they had their hand forced, maybe they didn't, but this one really feels like that sort of mentality is not true whatsoever. And I guess we'll have to find a new brand. They're out there. Don't get me wrong. It's not that there aren't any of them out there, but Cobb just, in years past has been so good. They've been so good to me, and I don't know. I guess we're kind of at a crossroads here, but it is what it is. But I know I'm rambling at this point. Just wanted to get a video out there. Honestly, besides being busy and being in Destin, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I wanted to give this some time to maybe die down a little bit and maybe have some further explanation by Cobb, or understand kind of where the public's view of this is. I'd be really interested to hear y'all's comments down below. Definitely be active, and let's talk about it. Where are you going to go next as your Cobb replacement, or what do you think could have been done differently given the current circumstance that our world is in as far as the movement to be more green? Let me know down below. I'd be really interested. I know this is kind of crazy that we kind of have two back-to-back, bombshell videos with the STI and then Cobb, but here we are. But anyway, guys, really appreciate you all coming back to Gearbox. Once again, apologize for the gap in videos, but we're back, baby. Like I said, definitely leave some comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hit that thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know the deal. Peace.